Moin Moin and welcome to Ralfs Foto-Bude. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your first flights with the DJI Phantom2 Vision and you have no flyaways. In my last videos I explained how to start, how to make the first start, which things are to obey when you make the first start, and I showed you how to remove the fisheye effect with the software Prodrenaline. So I hope you enjoyed your first flights, your first videos and photos, and so today I want you to show the different settings of the DJI Vision app. So there are different settings for photography, for video, you have different options which you can choose from, and that's my topic for today. I use an iPad and a special holder for my iPad and the remote control because I like it when I have the opportunity that the iPad is a little bit higher, so I can have the first person view a little bit higher, so I can follow the DJI, the Vision, and have the first person view in my sight. So that's the reason why I like this. And use the iPad. The iPhone is too small because I wear glasses, and it's a little bit difficult to change between the far side of the Vision and the very small display of an iPhone. So that's the reason why I use an iPad. Yeah, so first of all you have to start both the Wi-Fi repeater and the Vision, and then let's go to the functions here. First of all, you have to go to your Wi-Fi menu, and in the Wi-Fi menu you will find the Phantom, and that's the one you have to choose from. Okay, here is Phantom. Then we go to the DJI app, DJI Vision, here we are, and when the app starts, you have here on top, you have the name, Phantom, and the number, and the green light that says, okay, you are connected. So let's start with the news. Here in the news section, you get news from DJI. You can only get news if you are connected to the internet. Now we are connected to the Vision, so that's the reason why I don't get any news from DJI here. Next point is the settings, and in the settings we have the camera settings. Starts with the toolbar auto hide. So if you says yes, the toolbar on the side and on the bottom will auto hide. Otherwise I want to see it all the time, so that's the reason why I use this one. When connection breaks, so if you have a fly away or if you fly too far, you can say whether the recording should stop or if the recording should start. So when you don't have a recording, you can start the recording, start continuous capture, or stay in idle, and that's the thing I choose because when the connection is lost, I want that the camera makes exactly the same what it does before the break. So if I have a recording, it should go on and record. If not, doesn't matter. Next point here is the flight controller. Here in the flight controller you can change between imperial and metric, so feet and metric. Next point is general auto flip. You can say if the picture should flip. Low battery warning. If I would suggest to put the low battery warning to on, because then you will see when the battery gets low, you get a red light and you get a really nice sound. It's loud, and so you won't forget to land the Vision. Then you can start a tutorial. I don't know, doesn't need the tutorial. You can clear the news cage. Next point is the binding. The binding is between the Wi-Fi repeater and the camera of the Vision. Usually the binding, when you get the Vision, the binding is set from the factory, but it can happen that you lose the binding, and it can happen that you press accidentally the reset button of the Wi-Fi repeater, and then the binding is gone, and then you have to make the binding again. You have here a field which says scan the QR code, On your vision camera on the back side there should be a small label. This is the QR code, and this label you should scan, and then you can bind the Wi-Fi repeater with the camera of the vision. Okay, so next point, find my Phantom. Yeah, if you lose your Phantom and she's still on and she has the GPS signal and it's not too far away, you can choose where can look where your vision is, where it is in the forest or in the field, or anyway, if you fly in the summer over a cornfield, that's really nice to see where your vision is when you get lost. Next point is your account. There you can set the vision or the DJI account, rate, and about. So these are the settings. Next point is the album, and here in the album you will see the pictures you have taken, and you can see the videos. That I want to show you later when we took some pictures and a small video. Most important point, sure, that's the camera. So press the camera symbol. And here we are. Here is my live picture. Here we are. Here's my live picture. On the bottom we have the distance. Okay, the distance, we have no distance, altitude, and the speed. Here we have the small compass, and you press the compass symbol, you get the radar, and in the radar you see in which direction the vision points or the camera points, and you get this 300-meter circle. In the 300-meter circle usually you have connection between the remote control and the first person view. Out of 300 meter it can get a little bit problem. There are some possibilities to extend the distance with Wi-Fi repeaters. I will show you in one of my next videos how you can extend the Wi-Fi range, and so you can fly a little bit further than the 300 meters. Okay, let's press it back, and so here we have the screen. On the top we have the Wi-Fi connection symbol, we have the battery charge status 82%, we have the sign that there's an SD card in, and we have the satellite, the amount of satellites of the GPS signal we have. Okay, for sure here in my office there are no CPS signal, so that's the reason why this is gray. And then there under we have the amount of pictures you can take. Here is the toolbar height. If you don't have the auto toolbar height, you press this button and you see no toolbar and toolbar back. Here we have the possibility to take pictures and start video. Press the photo button and you get a photo. And then back again, press the video button, and here we are. Here is Ralf on the video. Okay, you see here the time, second, minute, and hours. Hours, I don't think you can fly hours, but okay, maybe with some extra batteries. So stop the video. Then we have the tilt function of the camera. That's here. Down and up. If you go up, be careful not to go too high, because if you use propeller, these propeller guards, you will see them in the picture. You see here we are, here's the propeller guard. And don't forget, if you fly forward, the vision makes a little bit downwards movement, and you get the prop guards in the picture. So remember this and have a look always on the screen to make a correction in this direction. One thing I will show you a little bit later in one of my videos, there's an option that you cannot only make the tilt with the iPad or the mobile device, but there's also an option to make some modifications so that you can make the tilt function with a small lever under your remote control, or button on top of your remote control. This one is the button where you can move the iPad and make the tilt function. I don't think that anyone uses this because it's not complicated, but I think it's useless because usually it's much easier to make the tilt function here. So okay, these are the main informations you have on your screen. Now let's go to the settings. First of all, we have the amount of pictures you will take, single picture, 3 pictures in a row, 5 pictures in a row, and you have the self-timer. The problem at the self-timer is you have only 30 seconds, and then you can say how much pictures you want to take. If you make this symbol infinity, it goes and goes and goes every 30 seconds 1 picture, or you can say I want to take, like, I don't know, 30 pictures, and then after 15 minutes it's okay, you're gone. Let's see, maybe if I change from RAW to JPEG, maybe then I can change it. Give me a second. Yes, here we are. Okay. You can change it, but you have to go to the JPEG format. I'm so sorry, in my German video I've missed this. I have to change this part in my German video. Yes, you can make the interval shorter than 30 seconds, but you have to go to the JPEG format. Back again to RAW, and here we are. Yes, in RAW you have 30 seconds, and in JPEG you can go down to 3 seconds. Okay, so good to know. Never use this function because usually I make videos or I make single pictures when I park the vision over my scene and direct it perfectly, and then I make single pictures. I don't use the interval timer. So okay, but you have seen you can change it, go to JPEG, and then you have different options. The next one is the compression LM and S. I would suggest to take large. Next point is the video option. Here you have 1080i with 60 frames per second, 1080p with 30 frames per second, 25 frames per second, and the smaller resolution 960, 720, and the smallest 480. The main question is, what's the difference between 60i and 30p? If you use 60i, you have a picture size of 920 by 1080, so almost 2 million pixels. And if you use 60i, the camera makes 60 pictures in 1 second, but the first picture reads all the rows 1, 3, 4, 7, and so on. The next picture take the rows 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So it swaps always between every picture. Picture 1 this line, picture 2 this line. So if you take a video of a fast moving object, you may have these it don't fit perfect to, and then there are not perfect lines. So that may be the problem if you work with 60i. If you use 30p, you get 30 pictures in a second, and every picture is a full frame picture. Every picture takes 2 million pixels. So you don't have these, you have straight lines, but the problem may be that it's not perfectly continuous with 30 pictures per second. But honestly, I use the 30p option because when I use the 30p option, I can change this in the post-production. I can go up to 60p, and if I have a good program like Premiere or Final Cut, I can resize, or not resize, I can interlace the videos so to get more than 30 frames per second. So I use the 30p option. And on the other hand, I don't fly very fast. I usually fly a little bit slower to make like slow-mos, and therefore the 30p option is better than the 60i option. Here you have different picture sizes. I would suggest to take the full-size picture, so the full 16:9 picture. So my suggestion, 1080p, 30 frames per second, and the full-size picture. Here, what I said before, we have the option between JPEG and RAW. If you use JPEG, you can use the options here to make a serial of 3 or 5 pictures. Let's see how this will work. Press the button, and then we have 3 pictures. I will show you later in the album how it looks like. Oh, sorry. If you make RAW, you only can make 1 picture. So if you go back here, oops, sorry. If you go back to the setting and you are in the RAW mode, you only can make 1 picture, and that's very important to set this to 1 and to RAW, because otherwise I'm not quite sure. I tried it sometimes. I don't get the RAW picture, I get the JPEG, because I've missed to change to a single picture. So if you want to be very sure, go to a single picture and then set it to RAW mode. Here you have the ISO setting, 100, 200, 400. When you shoot in the bright sunlight, go to 100. If you have a little bit less light, like on a cloudy day, you may set it to 200. And if you make pictures or videos in the sunset, sunrise, I would suggest to make auto, because then the camera makes the ISO setting by herself and uses the lowest possible setting for the best picture quality, so you don't have to change it by yourself. Next point is white balance. Also here you have the auto white balance, and I would suggest to use the auto white balance. This one is for bright sunlight, this one is for a cloudy day, and this one is if you fly indoors and have artificial light. You see the color of my skin gets real blue, and it's much better to work outside with the auto white balance. I always use the auto white balance, and this works perfect for me. Next point is the measure of the exposure metering. You have the complete field, you have the center field, or you have the spot metering. And you see, if I use the spot metering, the camera goes on my black shirt and tries to correct this one to a neutral gray. So if you use the spot, it can happen that you get wrong exposure, because if you have a very bright or a very dark point in the middle, the camera tries to make the exposure on this point. So I would suggest to use the full frame for exposure measurement. Next point is the exposure correction. Yeah, when do you need exposure correction? Exposure correction do you need when you shoot in low light situations, because in low light situations the camera tries to compensate the low light by herself. So the atmosphere of a little bit darkness, a little bit low sun is not in the movie, because the camera make a little bit more exposure to correct this, and so you have to do it by yourself. So if you go out and shoot in sunrise, sunset, or in other low light situations, and you want to get the atmosphere in your video, then you have to make an exposure correction, a minus exposure correction. So you see it gets a little bit darker, and so the atmosphere of the video is much better. There you have to try a little bit which exposure correction fits perfect. You have to make different settings to try, and to get the experience what is best in which situation. Next point is the picture setting standard. Hard or soft. I would suggest standard, because this usually is perfect for the most of the situations. Next point is the correction of the flicker correction. If you work indoors and have different light settings, you have to go to 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz. You have to check it. You will see the flicker in the picture. So I would also suggest auto, because usually you don't fly indoors, you usually fly outdoors. So, and outdoors, that's not important which setting you have. Reset, here you can set the default settings of the camera, and here you have the option to format the SD card. Yes, so these are the most important settings. Yes, very good to know. I didn't remember this with the different setting here, RAW and JPEG, but now you know it. You can set a small interval of 3 seconds and infinity, so the camera makes every 3 seconds a picture till you land or till you stop. This one. You can make these settings for sure each time you fly in the flight mode. You don't have to do it before. You can change the settings during the flight. That's absolutely no problem. Okay, so now let's go back to the album. Here we are, and now we go to the album, and there we see, yes, here we are, and here you have the 3 pictures. Here you have the video, here you have the RAW format, and here you can, if you press on the video, you can replay the video also on your tablet without removing the SD card from the camera. Okay, here we are with the video, and if you want to import a picture to your smartphone, iPhone or anything else, just press it, and then here on the top of the camera you have the symbol to transfer the picture to your smartphone. Just press it, and here we are, and now the picture is on the library, on the photo library of your smartphone. So that's very easy. So you can send the picture in Facebook or Flickr or anything else. Also you can post the video. If you transfer the video to your smartphone, it's the same option here. You can post the video very fast in the different social media apps. Yeah, so these are the most important informations to the DJI app for the Phantom 2 Vision. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope it helped a little bit to understand how the app works and which options do you have. Yeah, so if you like the video, please give me a like here, leave a comment, share the video. And one thing, usually you see the videos in Ralfs Foto-Bude. I have a second YouTube channel, Ralfs Foto-Flug. And there in this channel I post all the DJI Vision videos and some more videos of quadrocopters or multicopters, and there are some stuff to pimp up the Vision. In the next few weeks I will post it in both channels, but after a while I think I will post it only in the Ralfs Foto-Flug channel, because I want to get the Foto-Bude channel a little bit clear, and want to reserve it for photo cameras, digital cameras and stuff like this. Yeah, so thanks for watching me. Don't forget the like, and till now have some nice flights. Don't have any flyaways or crashes, and till now I say bye bye and moin moin.